Welcome to the Capital Exchange. This is Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group, and apparently I'm flying solo this week. But the big market news this week, you guessed it, inflation. But let's start with the data we got last week. The New York Fed survey of consumer inflation expectations, so what does the consumer think? In both the 1-year and 3-year expectation numbers, they both actually ticked up for the first time since October of 2022. Another sign the consumer is feeling the very real effect of rising prices. I think we all are. Now this week, we got March's inflation or CPI reading. Core inflation came in at 5.6%, and overall inflation year over year registered at 5%. So we have signs inflation is continuing to cool, but not as fast as the Fed has hoped, and it's still far higher than the 2% target they're reaching for. So why does all this matter? Why does this guy keep talking about inflation? Because the Fed is hyper-focused on inflation, and the market is hyper-focused on the Fed's next move. Will they raise rates or will they pause? Higher rates continue to pump the economic brakes and potentially create headwinds for stock and bond prices. So what does the market think? According to the CME's website, the odds of a 25 basis point or 0.25% increase at the next Fed meeting are about 66%. And historically, we know the Fed or Powell doesn't like to surprise markets. He generally gives it what it expects. So stay tuned on the Fed's next move. It's going to be very data dependent, and expectations are going to change quite a bit until we get there. In the meantime, if you need some market excitement, we're entering earnings season. So we'll get an inside look at how the current economic conditions are affecting company earnings, and more importantly, comments from CEOs on what they think about the current environment. So stay tuned. You know, I kind of like doing this solo. I'm just kidding. Steve and I will be back next week.